Shalom, shalom. Had to get somewhere near some light. They got some construction going on at my other place over there where I normally stay in. There's a bunch of degenerates and derelicts and you know, homeless people in the park. Plenty of demons on them, full of them drugs. So I'm just gonna stay my ass right here. Got to be circumspect. Got to push the word, but you ain't gotta be no fool about it either. You still take heed to your surroundings, man. Before I get started, though, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. I'm getting right into it, man. This is my old spot where it first started on my new journey. I'm gonna get in and get out of here. It's getting dark, and I'm sure them homeless people probably upset. They got kicked out for Taylor Swift. They're gonna be even madder when they really ramp the pressure up for that Super Bowl. So Lord willing, I'm gonna get in and get out unscathed. I didn't bring the stick with me. The stick's still in the trunk. Let's get into it. Matthew 24 and 32. Let's go to 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So just like when the figs on the fig tree are ripe, and summer is nigh, we can tell the end is here, by measuring the time diligently. You got the RFID microchip, mark of the beast, in circulation. It's on the planet, but it ain't mandatory. All the talk of World War III, the economy in shambles, people are morally, spiritually, and everything in between, man, at an all-time low. Nobody got no principles or morals these days, man. Back in the day, you used to stand on a word. Like they used to say, word is bond, right? That shit don't apply no more. It's whatever goes, man. At any cost. So the morale and morale's at an all-time low too. People down and out, sick, spiritually and mentally sick, physically too. So this place is on the way down, man. America, well, your average empire lasts about 250 years, and America's coming up on 250. So about 248, 249, roughly. So your average empire lasts about 250 years. So America's right on schedule, man. Just like the previous empires to fall, just like the rest of them. Donald Trump is way too late. Even Kamala can't do nothing if she tried. But it's too late because history's. You want to know what happened in previous empires? Go back and read your history, man. America's is no exception. The money printing is out of control. The deficit's exploding. You got any and every illegal migrant running the streets of America, man. Just like in Rome, right before Rome fell, the same shit's going on here. Inflation, you can't control inflation, man. And your economy is doomed. So this place got all the ingredients for an empire to fall, man. Inflation, skyrocket, sky high debt, you know. You got the alphabet members running the show. You know what I mean? You know, everybody just a bunch of degenerates. Uh, what else? I can go on and on, man. The population is declining. People don't want to have kids no more. You turn on your TV, there's a transformer on there. If it ain't a transformer on there, you got one of the alphabet people on there. So they constantly pushing that in your face, man. And oh yeah, and the music is garbage, man. The music is at an all-time low too. The music is trash. So all these are indicators of a civilization that's on the way out, man. Oh yeah, I think in Minnesota, in Minnesota, where they hiring non-citizens to be like a police force in Minnesota. I forget what city. So they did the same thing in Rome, ancient Rome. And it wasn't long before ancient Rome fell. So America's going in them same footsteps, man. This bitch gonna fall. Take that to the bank. And let's go on. You know me, the spirit get on me. This verse 33. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. So yeah, this thing is at the door. This failed experiment known as America coming to an end is at the door. And oh yeah, witchcraft is at an all-time high, man. Fucking chicks and witchcraft, all kind of whatever, anything under the sun goes on here, man. Bestiality, pedophilia, adultery. So this place is finished, man. Ain't no bouncing back. I don't care how many votes Trump get or how many Kamala get, man. It's over with. Can't nobody save this motherfucker, man. It's a done deal. All right. Sound like a demon behind me or something. Yeah, but that's how the word is, man. Start stirring up these demons. So it says, but that is near, even at the doors. So the fall of America, Babylon, known in the scriptures, the fall of this place is at the door. So if America's going down, then who's coming up? Somebody has to replace it. And that's the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, man, the children of Israel, the true biblical Israelites. We're going to be the new rulers of the planet, man. It won't be the Chinese. It's going to be us, man. So-called Negroes. Back in power, man. We fell off since the Byzantine Empire. Then the so-called white man got back in there again during the Renaissance. But we about to get this thing and get it forever, man. and dwelleth in righteousness, man. We're gonna rule this place like it's supposed to be ruled. And if you don't like it, it's gonna be hell to pay, man. It's gonna be hell to pay. It ain't gonna be no negotiating, no peace treaties, man. It's gonna be the way how about Shimmy I got it lined out. You with it or you ain't, man. And if you ain't with it, then there's ways to take care of that. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have a matter of fact, we're gonna have the kingdom, man. Not just the rulership, we're gonna have the kingdom. And we're gonna have it forever and ever and ever. Amen. Who the fuck is this behind me? You know? Gosh, can't even bring the word out in peace. Anyway, we're gonna have this kingdom forever, man. We ain't gonna never fall again. We ain't gonna never go in slavery again, man. We ain't gonna never be under the so-called white man ever again. Or anybody else. You know? We ain't have to beg for shit, man. We ain't have to, go along, get along just to go along, however you say it. Go along just to get along. We ain't got to do none of that, man. We ain't got to play the game no more, Esau. Like, who is this demon? This whole strip. Yeah, anywhere else to park, you could park somewhere else. But anyway. So the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, man, we about to take this thing, man. Scripture say the saints gonna take the kingdom, man. We ain't gonna, it ain't gonna be no peace treaties with the so-called white man. You can't have two kings ruling, man. Somebody gotta serve. And our time of serving is about up. Verse 34, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. So yeah, everything in these scriptures is gonna be fulfilled, man. That's been prophesied to happen. Fall of the soap 8. The train even agreed with that. You know? That's the spirit. Even the train, the dude that goes on the train, man, so what's up? He had to chime in. So what's all fulfilled, man? The fall of Babylon, America, fall of the so-called white man, and the other nations, the heathens. The RFID microchip got to be fulfilled. Civil war, race war, all that's got to be fulfilled, man. And here we are, man. We're at the door of this thing. 2025, from the sounds of it, is going to be a hell of a year. Hell, in the next few months, could be, kicking it off into 2025. Oh, don't forget about Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble, man. Well, it's going to get real, real grimy out here, man. Verse 35, heaven and earth shall not pass away, but my word shall not pass away. So yeah, heaven and earth, it's not gonna pass away, man. The scriptures say the earth abideth forever. But the way of this somebody's heavens, this is so-called white man's heaven, man. He's in rulership. Is a good chunk of the earth. I wouldn't say even a good chunk, but whatever's been prophesied to pass away, man, it's gonna pass away. It's gonna get hit with the nuclear CBM missiles, but the earth is gonna remain, man. It's not going anywhere. But Yahweh Shai, when he was talking now, he was just saying, the heaven and the earth will pass away before his words will, roughly paraphrasing. Verse 36, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So here's the Son of Man saying nobody knows the hour, and all this shit gonna get nuked. Nobody but his Father. So you see all these weirdos on YouTube and everywhere else talking about, oh, they know what day the earth's gonna end and when the end's gonna come. They bunch of. I'm gonna take it back to the old word, like my great uncle used to say, flim flam, man. You know, they just a bunch of liars, man. They don't know the hour, man. But the Most High gave his men a time frame, man. He gave us things to look for, to measure the time. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of Son of Man be. So yeah. So just like the days of Noah, man. Noah was out there building that ark. Nobody believed him when he was talking about it was gonna flood, man. It was gonna rain. And then when the rain came, you know the rest. No? If you don't, you go read up on it. Everybody thought Noah was crazy, man. You know, he thought he didn't have a bit of sense. He was a madman up until the water started coming. And so the man of the Lord the same way. We looked at we crazy. And to the nuke started flying, man. And to the fire come. So hey, it comes with the territory. But one thing Noah did, man, he did what he was supposed to do, man. And he warned, and the Most High only saved a few. And just like then, he's only going to save a remnant again, man. Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage. Yeah, they were living it up, carrying on with their life, man. Probably talking about Noah like a dog. You know? So it's gonna be the same way. People still gonna be bullshitting. Still trying to go to a Taylor Swift concert. Still gonna try to get into the club. This is the flood that, let's go back. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So yeah. They lived it up all the way to the moment until them doors was closed. Verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So yeah. So the same way, but this time it's gonna be not an ark, But it's gonna be a so-called UFO this time, man. We're gonna get beamed the fuck out of here. Lord willing, I'm of that number, of that remnant. But we're gonna get beamed out of here right before the nukes go off, before the nuclear destruction takes place. And people still gonna be the same, doing the same old bull they was doing back with Noah, marrying, same old bullshit that they doing today. Verse 40, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. So yeah, everybody tell me, oh, you gonna get raptured out of here. Rapture is nowhere in the Bible, man. Where they get that shit from? You know? The scriptures speak about you being caught up in a cloud, man. But first, you got to go through all of what's coming. Jacob's trouble, the race war, civil war, the riots, the famine. You got to go through all that. You just ain't gonna jump out of this unscathed. The Lord, I don't know what you made of, man. You just want to get so-called raptured out of this. You want to see if you're gonna commit to the end. You want to see what you made of. He already knows, but but it's simple. The Lord wants to see what you're gonna do. You gonna be a hoe ass nigga, or you gonna be a man of the Lord and stick it out to the end, to death. So here's verse 40 saying there should be two in the field, one gonna be beamed up and the other ain't. Just that simple. It says, watch therefore, for ye know not. Oh, hold on. Let me go to 41. That was verse 40. Verse 41. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Yeah. So this ain't gonna be a one big happy family, man. Everybody ain't getting the hell out of here. A lot of people gonna get left. And that's the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Here in America, where the most destruction is gonna take place and where the biggest deliverance is gonna take. Now, it's gonna be Israelites in other parts of the world. We want to get y'all asses in check, man. You gonna get down with your Hawashah, or you gonna get put down. You know what I'm saying? But for the ones who get beamed up in that chariot, man, you're gonna have them laws, statutes, and commandments in your inward parts. In that wilderness, you get the new covenant. That's when you're gonna have the elect, man, the 1/3. There's gonna be other brothers and sisters getting delivered from other parts of the world. But the biggest deliverance is gonna take here in the US. Because you got all the tribes here, man. And America is the big piece of prophecy, man. So there's gonna be a lot going on here. Verse 42, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Most High or Yahushua doth come. So yeah, you gotta watch the hour, man. You gotta measure the time. He said he coming like a thief in the night. And you don't know what time the thief gonna pull up. But one thing you know, you keep leaving your shit unlocked and showing everybody what you got. He coming. You can believe it. Verse 43. But know this. Lord, not these people. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in which the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. So yeah, if you knew when the thief was coming, you stay in guard. You be on your P's and Q's, man. You'll be up all night watching. Day or night, you'll be up, right? And says, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. So hey man, you got to, like I say, you got to be ready, man. You got to stay ready when you come in this truth. There ain't no breaks in this thing. You know, you're a watchman all day, every day, all year long, man. It ain't no breaks. Constantly watching the videos, looking at the news articles from all over the world, filtering it through the scriptures, measuring the time. Because we watching, man. We want our ticket the hell out of here. We ain't trying to miss that train, so to speak. We ain't trying to miss that bus. But we know once Jacob's trouble kick off, we know it ain't long after that. Once the economy implodes, you got NATO troops on the street. You got the U.S. troops on the street rounding people up. Then we know we close, man. Verse 45, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season. So yeah, you have to be a faithful and wise servant. As a faithful and wise servant, number one, you're gonna fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the starters. Two, you're gonna do the work. Three, you're gonna keep the faith. Four, you're gonna always watch, man. You're gonna be a watchman. And you're gonna prophesy, man. So he's gonna give us our meat in due season. Ultimately, which is the kingdom, man. The ruler, being a ruler, the crown. So we got to do the work right now. We got to put this work in. Come out here and deal with you knuckleheads. Like what I'm saying. This is light work compared to what Yahweh Shah went through. This is a light affliction. Working all day, coming out here to the block, maybe an hour 15, hour 30 minutes. That's light affliction. It's nothing. You can easily do that. Verse 46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord will. Let me read that over. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So what is he gonna find you doing, man? Keeping the faith and doing the work. This is doing the work, man. You got to get out here on the highways and byways and make your body a living sacrifice. You got to make yourself a fool, man. It's all about being made a fool of. You know, so all this is gonna be one big laugh in the kingdom, man. You know, I can, Lord willing, I'm of that number. I can sit back. Well, I ain't, if in the kingdom, I'm gonna get my rest regardless. But by having that crown, you can just sit back and laugh at all this. The scriptures say, "Haven't we become fools for Hamashiach's sake?" Yeah, so I knew what I signed up for. Become a fool for the Lord's sake, man. And it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Hey, somebody got to do it. Why not me? That's how I see it. This ain't cut out for everybody, man. You can't be a whole ass nigga, man, trying to do this. You can't be weak, man. You got to be a little crazy, man. Just a little bit. Come out here. And then be solo. That's a whole nother story. You can't be in your right mind. That truth be told. And come out here solo. It's got to be a higher power working with you, man. It has to be. Verse 48. Oh, 7. 47. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. So that's what I'm wanting, man, to be a goddamn ruler, man. That's what it's all about, ruler. No more hearing the word no. No more asking. What about straight dictating? The law said this, or I want this done, man. That's what it's all about. I'm not negotiating if I don't have to, man. I ain't making no peace treaties with nobody. You gonna do what I say, and that's it. And if you don't want to do it, then I got somebody to handle that for me. And it depends on how bad you piss me off. I end up doing it myself. So this thing is about rulership. Yeah, we come out, we prophesy, try to wake up the lost sheep. But ultimately, it's about becoming that king and that priest, having dominion, man. No more hearing the word no. I'm over that already. So, in a nutshell, the Lord saying, man, you serve him, he's gonna make you a ruler, man, in the kingdom of heaven. You ain't gonna be walking around in a robe, fucking just walking around all willy-nilly looking crazy, man. Being a regular Israelite in the kingdom. He's gonna set you up. You're gonna be in the kingdom, but you're gonna have a rulership position in the kingdom, man. Even more gravy on top of gravy, bro. He keep mixing it better and better. You know, and the part about it, you ain't gonna never fall off, man. You ain't gonna never get voted out. You know, there ain't gonna be no ballot boxes. And the Lord set you up, man. He set you up forever. It ain't gonna be I'm getting old. I got to give my crown to my son. No, man. You'll never get old. You'll never die in the kingdom. You can't wrap your mind around eternity, man. I tried to wrap my mind around it one time and I just gave up. You know, you get to a point where you're going to bug yourself out thinking about eternity. So I said, you know what? Even when I thought I could understand it, it goes farther than that. So I just gave up on it, you know? But hey, it's all good. Like, what's that movie, man? That guy said, it's good to be the king, huh? You know, he was going around sniffing all them chicks' breasts and grabbing their buns and shit. And then go to the cut. He's like, it's good to be the king. And, hey, Lord willing, I'm gonna be on that same type of shit. You know, I'm gonna be on that same type of shit. Me and other like-minded men that made it. Verse 48. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, meaning his mind, my Lord delayeth his coming. So yeah, that's somebody in the truth. That's you know, they faking the funk. Put it in layman's terms. You know, you got the people fooled on camera, but off camera, you're a whole demon. You know, you still out here doing drugs, committing adultery. You know, you're a nigga off camera. You know, and you like, you know, I can mess this brother over. You know, I can take his money. You know, I can take advantage of this brother. You know, oh Lord ain't gonna come in my lifetime. What a lot of people say, and they end up getting kicked out. And when they leave the truth, the Lord, I mean, He f's them over, man. You know, He f's them over. To put it lightly, He says, my Lord delayed His coming. So yeah, a lot of people don't think you got men in the truth. Even this one guy I knew, he was in it. I don't even think he believed in the Bible, but he still was out on the highways and byways like he actually believed. You know, he was like keeping the truth in the back pocket. You know, he was working, trying to work this business, trying to be this entrepreneur and all this on one end, but he was trying to hang on to the truth on the other end. Like, oh, if the businesses don't work, then I'm gonna do this. No, man, it's this first and everything else second. You know, so everybody, hey, up until the days come, man, up until the flood, you know, people gonna be doing the same shit. Them same niggas gonna be doing that same shit, man. If they still alive by then, but cause a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it during this civil war. You know, a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans not gonna make it during Jacob's trouble. You know, the scriptures say these troops gonna be like madmen, sparing none. You know, they gonna round y'all asses up, pull you out of your house, man, and put two in your head and throw you in the pile with the rest of you, man. You know, you might get a mass grave. You might. So that's what the evil servant's saying, man. Oh, Jacob trouble ain't gonna happen. It won't be troops on the streets of the U.S. So only time will tell, right? But one thing's for certain, man. Somebody's right and somebody's wrong. And I can tell you now, the Bible ain't wrong. The scriptures ain't wrong. You about to see some wild, wild shit, man. You about to see somebody Steven Spielberg couldn't even come up with. James Cameron can't come up with what's about to happen here in America. You about to see some real gore in 4K, man. And you stand too close, you're gonna get some of that blood splatter, man. Or get somebody's brains all over your shirt. It's gonna get that bad. This account that's getting ready to take place, they said it's never happened ever in recorded history. It's gonna be worse than that Civil War, worse than 9/11, man, worse than U.S. and Vietnam, man. Anything you can, hey, hell, it's gonna be worse than 70 A.D. when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, man. It's gonna be worse than that. When you had people actually starving themselves, man, because all the roads were cut off, the supplies was cut off, and they turned to cannibalism, and that's coming back because them troops gonna do the same thing again, man. This is Rome reincarnated, and they gonna starve you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans out, man. You know, they are going to starve you out. So if you ain't part of the elect, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. You ain't gonna make it. You are not going to make it. And if Jacob, if you so happen to live through Jacob's trouble, the wars, the famines, and all that, believe me, the nuclear missile's gonna get you, man. In the end, the nuke is gonna make sure you don't make it here in America, Babylon. So we are living in some very interesting times, man. Very interesting. And it's about to get real wild after this election takes place. It's about to get real wild, man. Verse 50, 49, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunken. So yeah, you want to start hanging out, people in the world, man. Other people that's asleep. You want to hang out, hanging out with people who ain't watching either. You want to fall asleep, stay asleep like them. So let's go on. Verse 51, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yeah, because once them nukes hit, them thermonuclear ICBM missiles hit this place, there's gonna be some weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. It's gonna be a big barbecue here. And ain't no ribs on the grill, man. It's gonna be you. You the slab of ribs. So the Lord's getting ready to throw a big barbecue, man. As a matter of fact, He's gonna overcook the meat. You know, He's gonna overcook it. You know, He say pretty much His enemy's gonna be beaten into powder, man. You're gonna be nuclear ash because Putin is ready to push that button, man. Vladimir Putin, that's all he talk about is nuclear war, man. Talking about using the nukes. He got a nuke fetish, man. You know, he in the missile porn. You know, all he just sit back and practice pushing the button and turning the keys all day. You know, like, oh, I want to nuke America, man. That's all he think about. And the Lord's gonna use him to do it. Let's go to Luke 17. Damn, I didn't even have to write a lesson. I'm 46 minutes and I'm just on these few precepts that I got. I ain't even got into the lesson. Damn. Luke 17 and 26. And then, and as it was in the days of Noe, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. Verse 27. This is just Luke, you know, writing the same thing, man. Because these men, they all writing the same account. Verse 27. You know, just like the men today, we reading the same accounts, prophesying the same thing, man. You know, we all got different names, but we telling you the same story. You know, it ain't deviating, man. You know, we telling you the same story. It's just in a different voice, a different face. It says 27, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. 28, likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. Verse 29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Because this is spiritual Sodom too, Egypt and Sodom. So the same fate that Sodom and Gomorrah took with the fire and brimstone, America's gonna take that same fate. And you ain't gotta be no rocket scientist to know why this place is called Sodom. You don't need a breakdown for that. You don't need nobody to interpret that for you. You know that you can just look around, man. Just turn on the TV, and you can see why this place is called spiritual Sodom. But anyway, that fire and brimstone is gonna come down like it did, but this time it's coming in the form of a nuclear missile, man. An ICBM. You know, he is going to nuke America, Babylon. It's gonna never be inhabited again. This place is gonna be uninhabitable. You are going to be nuclear ash, man, or you're gonna be delivered. You know, or if the Lord didn't have you written out to be in the spirit world before all that take place, you know, and be on that chariot with your Howard, man. When he comes back, if you ain't part of the elect and you didn't get sent to the spirit world and you still stuck in America, after you take the mark of the beast, and that's a wrap. You know, that is a wrap for you. You know, so let's go on. So it said, and destroyed them all. Yeah, so it's gonna destroy everybody here in America too, from coast to coast. It's gonna get burned, man. From north to south, to east to west. Every square mile of this place, square inch, is gonna be burned to a crisp, man. Nothing's gonna, leave unscathed, man. Even the animals are gonna get burned alive, man. Right along with the people. I gotta get that precept where the Lord was saying pretty much, come out and tell the world and everybody in it and everything else that's in the world, man, including the creatures. What he about to do to this place, man? Man, I should have wrote that precept down. Let me see if I can find that over the weekend. I gotta put that in the arsenal, man. But you gotta come out here and tell everybody and everything, man. I mean, you don't go to a bird and start talking to a bird or a dog, you know. But if they so happen in the area, they hear the word and they hear about the destruction, man. You got to declare it in front of everything, man. There's some shit about to go down, and you got a 0% chance of surviving it. You know, I don't care how deep that bunker is. You're gonna die in that bunker, man. It's gonna be your tomb. You're not gonna make it out of it, man. Verse 31, 30. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Yes, sir. Oh, anyway, yeah. Verse 30. Even thus shall it should be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Yeah, so the Son of Man is gonna be revealed when the news going off. You're gonna see him in the clouds, man, on that so-called UFO.
You live or you watching something?
No, I'm live.
Oh, you live or you live here?
Just people.
There's people like you, your friends on me. That's not.
Nah, just people I'm preaching the word to. How long you gonna be able to hustle, man? With all
I,
these-
I ain't, I'm just holding this out.
Oh, that's it?
The chick,
Yeah,
she went blank and just gave it to me. And she just came out of her house.
yeah. Oh, okay then.
It's a piece of your food.
That's right. All right now, brother. Yeah, so it's gonna be something else, bro. You know, that's our people, man. It's our people. Verse 31. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. So yeah, so you're not supposed to look back when the destruction taking place, Jacob trouble kicking off. You're not supposed to look back, man. And like, oh, I want America, the good old days back, man. No, you're not supposed to look back. You know. Now, verse 32 is gonna tell you, remember Lot's wife. Yeah, because Lot's wife looked back, man. She missed all them fruit pops doing their thing over there in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. She missed the house she had, spending the good times there. You know, she looked back and she turned into that pillar of salt. But this time, you look back, you're gonna turn to a pillar of ashes, man. So you can't be hanging on to America, you know? Especially when you get into this truth. You can't be looking back. You got to stay going forward, man. Tell mama and them you get at them when you can, man. You know, this ain't time to be getting ready for Thanksgiving. You know, she gonna make your favorite pie for you. You know, this ain't the good old days to come over, you know, and play uh pulling names for Santa for Christmas, man. You know, you got to get rid of all that, man. You got to look forward, man. You know, sitting around and you know watching. Which you can do that, but you can't be in the spirit of that, man. You know, you come in, holler at your people for a minute. You know, maybe get you something. If they invite you over, get something to eat. You know, talk to them for a few, and then hey, you're like, hey man, I got to go, man. I got to get out of here. You know, it was good seeing y'all, but you know, I got something to do. The next thing you know, you be wearing your ugly sweater come Christmas, man. You know, you be back in the world. You be out running around here on Black Friday trying to get Christmas gifts. So you can't be looking back, getting into this truth. You gotta let all that stuff go, man. The birthdays, the holidays, or holidays, whatever you want to call them. You know, being an old grimy nigga. You know, you gotta let that go. You gotta become a man of the Lord. Verse 33: Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. So yeah, you love your life so much, man. The Lord said you're gonna lose that motherfucker. You know, you wanna live and continue on in Babylon, man. That's what it really boils down to. It says, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So yeah, if you end up losing your life, man, you gonna preserve it. You know, you supposed to hate everything about this place, man. There's number of wickedness here, man. This place it runs off wickedness, witchcraft. You know, just to name a couple, man. You know, so if you don't mind losing your life, man, the Lord got a spot for you. Because some of us gonna be put to death for doing this. You know, and as for me, it is what it is with me, man. You know, I'm all in. You could be killed today, man. It is where it is. Like Crunchy Black say, it's whatever with me, cuz. You know, and I'm in the same way, man. It's whatever. As long as I'm killed doing the work or I've done the work, I'm fine with that. You know? At verse 34, I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed. Oh yeah, that's another reason why men don't want to come out here and do this, man. A lot of y'all just fucking scary, man. You scared what somebody gonna think about you. Scared what somebody gonna do to you. Hey, I'm out here solo dolo, man. No weapons, no nothing. Just some books and a camera or a phone, you know. I'm anything could happen to me out here. I could be shot, stabbed, whatever the case may be, man. You know, whatever the case may be. Hell, somebody could just run up the curb here and just run me over, man, because they don't like what I'm saying. You know, I got my back turned. Somebody could just come right behind me and just blow my brains out, man. Preaching the word. But I could care less. I could care less, man. You gotta be cut from a different cloth, man, doing this. Verse 34, I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed. They ain't talking about no sodomite stuff here. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. Verse 35, two women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Verse 36, two men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Verse 37, and they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. So yeah, pretty much talking about vultures, you know, where you see a bunch of vultures at, and there's some type of body right there, you know. So that's like an indication, you know, something that's happened there, right? Or something died there. But the Lord is saying, hey, when you seeing all these things happening, then you know the Lord's there too, man. He's delivering people, man. He's back. Like the real I'm bad, you know. You know, so he's doing that shit, man. Then you're gonna see the Lord doing his thing, man. You're gonna know he's there. You know, so hey, I think I'm gonna close it out with that. But that goes to show you, man, the Lord ain't coming back for everybody. You know? He's coming back for a select few. The elect, the 1/3, you know, he saved just a certain amount of people for himself to get out of this thing, to make it out. You know, I can't make that no clearer, man. Like Kamala say, let me be clear. But unlike her, I'm telling you straight up what it is. I'm giving you the answer. You know, you ain't getting no word salad out of me. You gonna hear straight to the point, man. No cut, no chaser. I don't care what your feelings. You know how you gonna feel about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. And I ain't sugarcoating shit for you. So when I tell you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, if you don't repent, your ass gonna die. It's just that simple. You know, and ain't no wiggle room in it. Ain't no loophole in the truth. You gonna do what the Lord say, or he gonna come see you, man. Yeah, and that's easy. But let me go ahead and get out of here, man. The later it gets, the crazier it gets. But you know, I pray this video was edifying to the Sensiaka, man, for the elect. You know, Shalom. Before I get out of here, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Shalom.